Are you building a Facebook custom audience using the ManyChat action to add to the Facebook custom audience? Well, you need to know how to remove them as well. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that now.
We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow.
All right, let's get rocking and rolling here. And we are going to talk about Facebook custom audiences. And as far as ManyChat, there is a action that you can use in an action block to add subscribers to a custom audience. And if you want to learn how to do that, just there's a link up here to a video to teach you how to actually add them in some ways that you might want to use that. Today, we're going to talk about removing them from a custom audience and using the same action. ManyChat has enhanced that custom audience action so that we can actually do add or remove a subscriber from a Facebook custom audience. And let's talk about a little. Why are you going to remove somebody from a custom audience? Well, one is if they unsubscribe from your bot, you may want to get them and remove them from the custom audience. Maybe you don't want to send them anymore. And especially with all the changes with broadcast messages and those types of things where the sponsored messages are now coming to light more, and you may be running more of those, and you definitely don't want to send them to unsubscribed bot people. You don't want to send those sponsored messages to them. So you want to keep that list, that custom audience clean. Maybe your custom audience is based on them subscribing to a newsletter or something that you're sending through a broadcast. And you create this custom audience so that you can send them sponsored messages about that newsletter, those types of things. Or it could be that they're buying certain products. You're an e-com client and you're tagging them for custom audiences based on the products that they're purchasing. And so all of a sudden they unsubscribe. You don't want to send them messages anymore. You want to get them out. So if you want to learn about adding them to a custom audience and setting all that up, there's a video up there. Today we're going to talk about just removing them. And so I have a flow here that I just created, and all it's going to do is ask them a question. Would you like to be removed from our list, Jeff? Yes or no? And so all we're doing with that, like I said, is just asking if they want to be removed. So this could be something where, you're sending out a newsletter or broadcast, and one of the questions is, here, click this button to read it. Would you like to unsubscribe from this list and stuff like that? And if they click it, and then you could run this action. So we look at this, just create a button that's going to perform an action. And so let's say you create this message, I'm going to add a button. And what we're going to do is we're going to perform an action. So we're going to create a new button. And it's called test. And then you're going to click actions, and then you click here, and you're going to go here, and then you're going to scroll down to Facebook custom audience. Now, if you don't have this, you need to activate the Facebook ads or the ads within ManyChat. And in the video above, I explain how to do that. So go watch that video. Basically, you're going to do is you're going to go into, I believe growth tools, and you're going to go into add here, and then you're going to have to activate it here. All right. I'm not going to go into that. It's going to take a little while to load. So we're going to go back to the flow that we were working on here. And we're just waiting for the squirrels to open this up. There we go. And so I added this to that button, and that's how you would do that. So I'm just going to close that, and I'm going to delete this button. I don't need it. And we're going to go back to this action. So now I have the Facebook custom audience action. And what you're going to do is, actually what I'm going to do is we'll just do that. I'm going to add that button back in. test. I'm going to go to perform actions, click on that, go down to Facebook custom audience, click on it. And now it's going to ask you what you want to do. You want to add to a custom audience or remove from a custom audience. All right. We want to remove. Again, if you want to learn how to add, go watch the video up there. And then you're going to pick an ad account. And I'm going to pick CubMediaVox. And then we're going to pick an audience. I'm just going to pick this one right here. All right. And I'm going to save it. That's how simple it is. It will delete them out of that audience or remove them from that audience. All right. And then you publish it. And obviously if they say no, you just keep them on the list. That's basically it. There's not much to set up. Now, I did do some testing yesterday. And what I did, and you could test this, you could play around with it and see and make sure that things are working correctly. I created a sequence. You can't do broadcasts anymore as far as testing the way I was testing and sending a broadcast to myself and stuff like that. So I create a sequence and then I applied it to certain people and removed it. And so what I did is I created a flow. I don't know why that flow is not showing. Well, that's weird. That's interesting. I was kind of glitching out. So basically what I did is I had add to a custom audience to that one that we just talked about. Now this is something that I just used for testing. So I'm just kind of showing you what I did here. And then I created a one to remove. And basically just like what I did and showed you before, I set it up. Come on, squirrels. There we go. Remove the custom audience, the ad account, and then the custom audience. All right. And so what I did is if we're going to go look at my custom audience and look at the history. So I was playing around with this. And what I did is I added 10 rows. And so I was just testing this because it's a test custom audience. I added all 63 one time. I added 10 rows. And so what I did is I just went into my audience and I picked 10 people on the top here. I subscribed them to that sequence and I had it set up where it would send immediate and it would add them. And so that's what I did here. I added them, all right? Then I wanted to remove them. And so what I did is switch this off, switched it on, and then did a bulk unsubscribe from a sequence. Actually, first time I subscribed into the sequence so that it would fire off. Then I unsubscribed them from the sequence. And then once I changed this like this, so that it would do the remove, I subscribed them again, and then it would fire off again. So that's the way you could actually test it. It's not sending them anything. They're not going to see anything, but I wanted to proof of concept. All right. So last night I was playing around with this. I added 10 rows and then I removed those 10 rows. So I wanted to see that everything was working and it was logging it here. So you should see that going on. So if you have this in a flow like we have here, where it's going to be, it's not going to be, it's going to be onesies, twosies, that type of, actually one. It's probably going to be more like this, where you're seeing add one row. You're probably going to see remove one row, that type of thing when this removal works. All right. So that's it. So watch the video up there. You'll learn how to do the add subscribers, and you definitely want to have that in different areas. But now what you really want to think about is, okay, if they unsubscribe or they want off the list or whatever you're adding them to that Facebook custom audience, you have to look at the reverse is I want to keep that custom audience clean because like I said earlier, the sponsored messages now are coming into play big time. And obviously your regular Facebook ads and stuff like that, you can custom audience. But The sponsored messages are going into Messenger. And you don't want people that are unsubscribed or don't want to hear from you again or don't want to get a message from you for whatever reason. And so as you're building these custom audiences, you could have many of them, especially if like you're an e-com store, you have different products, you're doing some things. You definitely want to make sure that you got that list, you got that custom audience really zeroed in. Well, that concludes our video for today on how to use the ManyChat action to remove your ManyChat subscribers from a Facebook custom audience. Really, you need to look at situations where you're going to keep that Facebook custom audience clean and making sure that you're not sending sponsored messages to unsubscribed people or people that just don't want to hear from you, even with Facebook ads. If you have any questions or comments on it, please post them down below. Happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Click the little bell so you do get notification when a new video is uploaded. Down in the description, I have a link to a great Facebook group. Come on and join us. All like-minded people sharing things. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.